Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Guys, in this short video I'm going to go through our portfolio challenge. Okay, remember we have a challenge in our community to take $10,000 to $1,000,000. Then you might say it is possible. Of course it is. Why? Because our goal it is not to turn 10K into $1,000,000 in 1 month. It can take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever. Our goal it is to make this thing happen no matter how long it takes. But there's one thing here that is very, very crucial for you guys. And by the way, I'm going to explain to you guys this chart here in a second, okay? The main thing here when it comes to our portfolio, it is one thing, which is contributions, okay? Because if you get $10,000 to $1,000,000 without pumping your portfolio with some extra money, doesn't matter if it's weekly, monthly, daily, yearly, whatever, that ain't gonna happen. Nobody, guys, can get $10,000 to $1,000,000 account doing something with the proper risk and trade management to this kind of return. It's impossible, okay? But with the power of compound, we can do it, okay? And that's why I do not advise. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything in this video here is for education purpose only. But for those of you that are following our challenge and a part of our Discord group, the best thing to do is open your trading account, TastyWorks, E-Trade, Ameritrade, Think of Swim, whatever. And then you put whatever you can there. You can put in there, let's say $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, 10K, so on. And it's start to trade options, buying those high yield ETFs, okay, with a great return, and then you can get the premium from here, buy more ETFs, get the dividends, buy more ETFs, and also every single month, weekly, whatever it is, you can still put in some money into our portfolio, because this is, guys, the power of compound interest. Okay, very, very crucial that you do understand. Without this word here, nothing is going to happen. Okay, if we go back here to our spreadsheet, we start all the way, let me go back to the net liquid here. We start all the way up here with roughly $721, and then eventually we got that $10,000, which pretty much here our starting point, as you guys can see here, okay? And from here, our goal it is to get this portfolio up, up, and up. And as you can see here, all this red cross, it is contribution into this portfolio. There was only one time that we took some money here off the table to do something with cryptocurrencies, guys. That's it, okay? But apart from that, we are keeping and pumping this portfolio pretty much every single week, every single month, consistently, because that's the way should be. The last one that we did was this week with another $1,000, okay? This is what I'm trying to show to you guys, that it is possible, because as you can see here, this was only trading options in 2 accounts here, and one of them I made almost $500,000. The other one I made almost $30,000 last year. So this is very crucial. Why? Because these are the sort of things, guys, that we do when it comes to trading option. But if you can combine this thing here with high yield ETFs, it's even better, okay? Once, because you have that kind of like peace of mind, because some of the ETFs cannot go to zero. I'm talking about here triple Qs, I'm talking about here SPY, I'm talking about here SCHD, I'm talking about here SCHD, I'm talking about here JEPQ, and so on, okay? And of course all the other 11 ones, the main one, XLU, XLI, XLP, XLY, XLC, XLF, XL, all that kind of good stuff, okay? But anyway, so our goal, it is very simple, okay? Very, very simple. I'm gonna explain to you guys here why now. So what we do is we trade options, okay? Options with a DTE, okay? With a DTE of roughly 30 to 60 days, okay? We trade options on high, okay, yield ETFs. Why? Because our goal here sometimes is not even to manage the trades. Because if I open an option trade, let's say on SCHD, and if I do get assigned, I don't bother. I don't want to bother to manage the trade, to roll up the cash secure put. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take assignment and I'm going to add another 100 shares into the portfolio. Okay, that's the goal. And as you guys can see here, we are up roughly $3,000 this year. With the $3,000, it's roughly 16%. Let me go back here. Let me show you guys how much it is in terms of return. Yeah, that's right. So we are up 16%. And the market, it is up roughly 3%. So basically, we are 13% better than the SPX. So you guys can see, okay, very, very good when it comes to our strategy. So we are going to trade options, like I said, and the deltas, if you want to get a sign, let's say on the ETF or whatever it is, you can go with the deltas of 50. We're pretty much selling here at the money. Or you can do, let's say, a 30 delta to get a little bit less premium. But if you do get a sign, your strike price is going to be way lower than the current market price, okay? And what I mean by that is, it's very simple, okay? Let's use here, for example, let me go back here. Let's use the SCHD, for example. If we open here the 119 days, if we sell this one here, we're going to collect roughly 50, 60, 110. We're going to collect here roughly 55 cents. Minus 27, our break even is going to be 26.50. If we do get a sign, you can hold another 100 shares here of this ETF, but you can still manage this trade. You don't need to get a sign, okay? You don't need to take assignment. In my case, I want to take assignment because I collect the premium. I'm going to transfer this premium here into more shares, and I'm going to transfer these shares here into my LTI, long-term investment portfolio, which you guys can follow here in our Discord group. And I'm placing here, guys, every single day when we open a new trade, okay? So does our account balance every single day pretty much. And here on our challenge where we're buying shares every single day, okay? We are buying shares of SCHD, we are buying shares of JEPQ, we are buying shares of SCHGND every single day, okay? So the goal here is pick the ETF that you want to hold for the long term, then you can sell options on it. Because the thing is, if we do get a sign, thank you very much, I hold 100 shares. If not, you can collect the premium and transfer this premium here into more shares. So you can have that compound effect every single month. But do not try to do this thing here on those high yield max ETF, okay? If you see an ETF that pays, let's say, 90% per year, 110%, 80%, things like that, guys, it's too good to be true. It is too good to be true. If it sounds like a duck, if it's quack like a duck, if it's walk like a duck, guess what? It is a blood duck, okay? Because the thing is, you must do this kind of strategy on ETFs that you're going to hold for the long term. Why? Because there's plenty of things we can do after when the net asset value start to drop. In other words, when the price start to drop here, we can manage, we can fuel our bags with way more shares, because when the market recover, we need this ETF here to follow the track pretty much of the SPX, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. We don't want to hear ETF that the market's going to recover all the way up and the ETF will be traded down here. No, we can't. So you need to make sure the kind of ETFs that you do this strategy, okay? It has to follow the market in one way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter if it's the NASDAQ, the SPX, or the Dow Jones, because we want to drop when the markets drop, but we must recover when the markets recover. That's why ETFs is very important. And so do not try those penny stock. The best thing you can do is like me here, for example. I've got here JEPQ, I've got my JEPI, I've got my SCHD. You just build a trading list, an investment list, okay? And of course, I got my EWZ, which is a smaller portion of the portfolio, a little bit more speculative. And also you can have, let's say, 2%, 5%, or maybe even 10% of your high yield max ETFs, which you're gonna pretty much just play the dividends. That's it. Okay, you do not going to trade derivatives on MSTY or the byte or something like that. You want to hold this thing here just for dividends, and that's it. Okay, and you're gonna dollar cost average with everything including on your risk management. If you have 5% here to put into Byto, what you're gonna do is your 5% has to include your entry here and your DCAs, because if you put 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, by the time you do 2 DCAs, you're already 20% of your portfolio. It doesn't work like that. It has to be, let's say, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25, 1.25. So when you do the entry plus 3 DCAs, you're still counting here, let's say, 5% of your portfolio. Okay, very, very crucial, because everyone on YouTube these days, they just talking about collecting premium, collecting premium, collecting premium. If you do trade options with the premium mentality on your mind just to collect premium, you're going to lose money. If you trade derivatives, if you don't have the LTI in your mind like I do myself, you ain't gonna be successful, because all these things here, guys, all these trades here that I made, in other words, all this money here that I made, let me go back here to my Discord. Let me see if I can back here. Discord, yeah, that's right. So this one here. So all this money here that was made, okay, was because the market dropped a lot, okay, and then we were filling the bag, 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 and boom, our investment pretty much recovered with the market. Because if you were investing here on crap ETFs, penny stocks, those kind of things, just looking for yield, we were still losing money. So we were just filling our bags here, because all our products here, we knew that when the market was going to recover, it was going to follow the market. And this was happened, and that's why I made almost $500,000 on this one and almost 30,000 on this one, okay? So this is our main strategy. First thing first, build your let's say watch list. Second thing is trade derivatives on those watch lists that you want to hold the long term. If you get a sign, you convert that into the LTI, long-term investing, just to collect dividends after, or you can just manage the trades. It's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. You pick a poison on this number 3 stage here. You can manage your cash secure put, roll in those options, or you can just get a sign and convert this thing here into long-term investing. Okay, very, very crucial to understand, but it's very simple. Very, very simple. So basically, it's high yield ETFs plus knowing how to trade options. That's the 2 best thing ever to create passive income. When I mean passive, it's not like go to sleep and that's it. No, the passive will be the high yield return, in other words, dividends. That's 100% passive. And the second one is your derivatives. So in other words, you still have to do some work, guys, no matter what. Even the passive, which is the high yield ETFs, you need to make sure you have something in place so you can buy more shares with those dividends. In other words, you can do your drip strategy on your ETFs. Nothing's 100% passive. Those people that claim the beach lifestyle, the laptop lifestyle, buy into whatever and forget about that, that ain't gonna happen. Okay, that ain't gonna happen. But if you want to make money, and by the way, you can scale this thing here as much as you want. Okay, you can scale this account here as much as you want. We got a massive account with IB, because of course we can have a business account at Interactive Brokers. That's where our pretty much 90 figures portfolio are. But here you can scale this thing here as much as you want. If you have $1 million into this thing here that we're doing right now, you have here right now, guys, roughly 150,000 in games. Very, very simple. And the risk here, it's very, very small, because as you guys can see here, with the $16,000 portfolio, with 9,000 buying power, we are roughly, what, 48%. This is nothing. And the market is dropping right now. That's nothing. Of course, if the market do drop more, this thing's going to get less and less and less. Why? Because you're going to start to insert more capital into the market. But you can scale this thing here as much as you want in terms of the account size. I'm not talking about the trades. The risk management is still the same. Doesn't matter if we trade $1,000 account or if we trade $1 billion account. The risk management is the same. What I'm talking about here is in terms of the trades, because if I'm placing here, let's say 1 ETF a day, if I'm buying 1 ETF a day of 3 ETFs, you can buy 5. If I'm placing a trade here and I'm selling 1 cash secure put, you can sell 5. You can scale as much as you want with the proper risk and trade management. You can change your account to 1 million, 2 millions, 3 millions, 100 million, 1 billion, but the risk management is still the same. Because if you cannot manage a $5,000 account, you're never gonna be able to manage a $1 million account. Okay, but anyway, guys, this is just a quick update. Okay, really quick update. If you want to get hold to our trading journal, things like that, click on the first link below. You can join our community and you can get your trading journal. So you can log in, you can quantify, you can analyze all your returns. Okay, you can place all your trades, you can pretty much have a look, see what's going on, what's making money, what's losing money, that kind of stuff. We got our dividend journal here, which pretty much tell us how much we're going to make in this smaller trading account. As you can see, we are pretty much estimating here a really good return for this year. Okay, really good. So this year we are pretty much expecting roughly $6,400 in dividends, which give us $530 per month, $122 per week, and roughly $18 per day. And as you can see, there's no menu. Okay, there's no menu. We got here Sival in this little portfolio, JEP, we got Ford, we got Byte, we got also Misty, but we're still missing here the SC HG, SCH, G and D. This is G, this is D, and of course we're still missing here the JEPQ. Okay, so here we have like 3 more here in this case, which are gonna update very soon. But here we can track how much we're making per day, each month. So you can get access to all this thing here. Just click on the first link below and you can ask me, of course, whatever you like, and I'll be very happy to help all of you guys with whatever you need. Okay, just remember, I'm just showing you guys my journal, nothing else. This is my journey to get a $10,000 account to $1 million, no matter how long it's going to take, with a proper risk. Okay, proper risk and trade management. Second thing is trading options and futures sometimes, and of course LTI, long-term investing. This is what we call, guys, our 3 best friends. That's it, because these 3 here means one thing. Okay, compound. Very crucial. If you know the power of compound over time, guys, that's the best thing you can do. All right, anyway, hope you guys doing very well. Don't forget, leave your comments below, smash the like button, and all the best. Stay safe and happy investing.